This lesson is on adding and subtracting fraction. So our first example, I have 1/3 plus negative 4/3. When denominator are the same, you only add or subtract the top. One more time. When denominator are the same, you only add or subtract the top. So here at the bottom, I have 3 and 3. Since the denominator are the same, leave that alone. Do not change that number. All you have to do is just add the top or subtract. So here I have 1 plus minus 4, which I wrote over here. And then 1 subtract 4 gives me negative 3. And then if you could reduce. If you cannot reduce, leave it alone. So negative 3 divided by 3, negative 1. And this is the correct way to do add and subtract with same denominator. Okay? Now here I will show you the wrong way to do this. So as you can see, I have a plus. So 1 plus negative 4, which I have here. And then 3 plus 3, which I have over here. And then 1 subtract 4 gives me negative 3. 3 plus 3 gives me 6. And then reduce down to negative 1 over 2. So this is the wrong way. So what I have up here is the correct way, and the bottom line, it is the wrong way. So please do not do the wrong way. The correct way is, if I have the same denominator, leave it alone, rewrite it as 3. And then on the top, you would either add or subtract. Okay? Here's another example. But this time I have a different denominator. So to do a different denominator, all you have to do is cross multiply. So here we go. So I have negative 1/2 or negative 1 over 2 plus 3/5. So I'm going to copy this on this side so that you can see the work. So here we go. When you do cross multiply, always start from the left and go down to the right. So top left, go down to the bottom right. So negative 1 times 5, which I have here. Don't forget the plus sign, which is here. And then after that, top right to the bottom left. So 3 times 2, which is here. So one more time, negative 1 times 5 here. 3 times 2, which is here. Don't forget the plus. And the last part is multiply the bottom. So 2 times 5, which is here. Okay? After that, all you have to do is just do order of operation. So negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. 3 times 2 gives me 6. 2 times 5 gives me 10. And then negative 5 plus 6 gives me 1 over 10. So negative 1 over 2 plus 3/5 is equal to 1 over 10th. Okay, here's another example, just different way of representing. So I have negative 3/4 minus parentheses negative 2/3. So when I have parentheses, I have to do that first. So you will multiply. So negative times negative gives me positive. One more time. When I see parentheses, I have to do this first. So negative times negative gives me positive 2/3. And then after that, repeat the process of cross multiply. Okay, so I'm copying this over here. So here we go. Negative 3 times 3, which is here. Don't forget the plus. So here's my plus. 2 times 4 is here. Don't forget the bottom. 4 times 3, which is here. Okay. And then order of operation, so negative 3 times 3, negative 9. 2 times 4 gives me 8. 4 times 3 gives me 12. And then order of operations on the top, negative 9 plus 8 gives me negative 1 over 12. Okay, again, make sure always reduce the fractions. Okay, and here is another example. What happened when I have a fraction and the other number is not a fraction, it's just a whole number? Okay, so all you have to do is write this 2 over 1. If I have a number that doesn't have a denominator, you can rewrite it as 2 over 1. Okay, so one more time. Here I have a fractions, and my second number doesn't have a number in the bottom. So you can rewrite it as 2 over 1. Always put 1 underneath if there is no number in the bottom. Okay, so that's what I have here. I'm copying this and over here so you can see the cross multiply. So 5 times 1, which is here. Don't forget the negative right here, which is here. And then 2 times 3 over here. Multiply the bottom, 3 times 1, which is here. Okay, so one more time. If I don't have a denominator in the bottom, you can write it as 2 over 1. Always put 1 underneath if there is no denominator. Cross multiply, 5 times 1, which is here. Don't forget the minus, which is here. 2 times 3, which is here. 3 times 1, which is here. Okay. Order of operations, so 5 times 1 is 5. Don't forget the minus here. 2 times 3 gives me 6, and then 3 times 1 gives me 3. And then 5 subtract 6 gives me negative 1 over 3. Okay. Again, always reduce if you can. Okay. So this is adding and subtracting fractions.